Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Neanderthal Joe YouTube channel. I'm your host, Neanderthal Joe, and let's just get right into it. So, as most of you know, I haven't been around for the last 6 months doing these type of experimental archaeology videos or talking about archaeology. And as most of you know who follow me, this is because I am getting ready to have a baby, or I'm ready to help my girlfriend bring a baby. I don't know how you word it. It's been real stressful, but that's not what you're here to talk about. Just I've been super busy, just know that, and I don't have as much time for the internet world as I do for the real world anymore. Anyways, I'm going to be talking about the Eemian period in this episode, specifically the UK during this warm period. I first heard about this from Rebecca Ragsky's book, Kindred, Love, Death, and Art, or Love, Art, and Death of the Neanderthals. If that's not what it's called, it will be in the description. You can either buy the physical copy or read the audiobook, or do what I did and get both copies because it's just a great book to read. So, anyways, I wrote this little article, if you want to call it, or snippet, back in February 28th, 2021. So it's called Neanderthals and Horses. Neanderthals and horses didn't come back to the UK during the warm period known as the Eemian. Is it possible that the Neanderthal cultures at this time were nomadic tribes following the massive herd migrations of horse and deer? Or was this just a strange coincidence? One famous site known as the Schöningen site in Germany, although 200,000 years older than the Eemian, has the butchered remains of around 25 horses with bone marks indicating they were all butchered, and outnumber all other animals found so far. The dig at this site is ongoing. Another Neanderthal site known as Les Côtes, or the Sides in English, that is around 50,000 years old, has plenty of horse bones with evidence of butchering. Another interesting but random fact is that the isotope composition of collagen that was found on a young Neanderthal tooth shows she was not a late weaned child or a regular fish eater, and that her people seem to have mostly sustained themselves on animals like the reindeer and the horse. Could this be that the horse and deer were the most abundant prey animal at the time? Could it be that Neanderthals simply choose not to go where horses didn't go during this warm period? Were they blocked off from the UK at this time by an unknown ice sheet, river, or lake? Or was the land between France and the UK so unforgiving that even the horses and Neanderthals could not return? I unfortunately do not have the answers to these questions, but let me know what you all think. Eemian era is defined as an interglacial period in the Pleistocene in northern Europe, which began about 130,000 years ago and ended about 115,000 years ago, at the beginning of the second last glacial maximum. Not much is known about hominin activity during this period, but we have a few glimpses into the life of Neanderthals. With such sites as Neuenmark Nord, a site I covered in an older video. Notably, at this site, there was a 2,000-year-long hominin presence, i.e., open-air sites, hearths, and butchered animal remains. Unfortunately, my Canadian accent really screwed up that last sentence, but I just wanted to give a brief overview of what the Eemian period is. It's a very interesting era, and like I said, unfortunately, there is not much known about hominin activity. Um, and I'm pretty rusty with the prehistory stuff, so I'm slowly getting back into it. I know this video is very short for how much time I've taken off, but I hope you can all bear with me and stay tuned when I release the hyenas and Neanderthal relationship video. I just wanted to cover the horse one because, like I said in the beginning, I wrote this down in 2021 and I think it was time to release it. Now, if you want to add more, feel free. I'm not an actual scientist. I am simply just a guy with a hobby, and I love to read more and gain more knowledge on this subject. So thank you all again. I love you all. Thank you all for the continued support. You can find me as Neanderthal Joe on pretty much everything: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I don't really use Twitter though. And I have a Warhammer channel named the Orcish Neanderthal on Instagram and YouTube. Links down below to all of that. Go check it out. It's going to be real fun. Thank you for tuning into this video. I know it's been a while. I know I'm super rusty. I know my YouTube voice is gone. And I hope to have EA Mags back on for a podcast. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now, and love y'all.